Welcome back. This is the search engine optimization class with Breona Clawson of Eloquent Digital Marketing. Man, she's going to have a lot of information for you guys today. First and foremost, I want to thank you for being here, Breona, giving us some of your time. Be sure to look out for more of these classes and register for them. We're going to be doing this once a month. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Breona.
Well, I wouldn't be a social media marketer if I didn't have Sean actually tell us more about his business, what he's working on, and how you can find his clothing and everything.
Well, the name of my business is Yaktown Don't Back Down. We are a clothing brand based here in the city of Pontiac. We are online. You can check out our website, yaktowndon'tbackdown.com, or you can visit our store. It's 18 East Lawrence, Pontiac, Michigan, 48342. That's downtown. We also host events. We have pop-up shops. We also do a night market. I have a Halloween block party coming up next month. That's October the 20th from 5 to 7 p.m. So if you're in the Pontiac area and you're looking to have a good time, you and your family, come check us out. But yeah, that's us. Yaktown Don't Back Down. Our mission is to inspire people from Pontiac and around the world.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, so as you guys heard, we're going to talk about SEO. I think it's really important to talk about this because we can set up a website, but if we don't have the proper channels set up in the background, then our website is not going to get the traffic that it needs so that you can get those sales, so that you can get that traffic.
Yeah.
So a lot of people might say, what is SEO? It stands for Search Engine Optimization. It means when people are Googling you or when people are on TikTok and things like that, are you ranking really high? Now, SEO is going to be your website and mostly with your Google profile. So if you don't have a Google business profile, I would say that's the first thing that you want to do and you want to set up. So how do you set up a business Google profile? You should already have your page already set up. And when you go to Google, it will say review my business. So when you click on that, that is where you're going to input your business information, how to find you, what demographic you're looking to serve, your price range, anything that you want people to know about your business, you should put into your Google profile. So do you currently have your Google profile?
So I started the Google profile process. I got all the way to the portion to where they send you a postcard.
Yep.
You know, so you could get verified on Google. And I'm going to just be honest, like I never did.
That's okay. That's perfect that you brought that up because that was going to be my next thing is when you go through the process, they are going to make you verified because they're also watching, you got taxes and all that involved too. So after you get verified, what they will do is send over it's just a card with some letters and numbers on it, and you input that in. It's like a code that they ask you to put in. Once you do that, it will open it up for you, allow to make edits, for you to add pictures, etc. So once you get that profile set up, let's go back to your website. So why is SEO so important? So let's talk about the benefits, right? Let me get my little notes up. Hold on.
And make sure you guys, if y'all watching this, man, this is going to be a lot of information. So take notes.
Yep.
If you have a computer, laptop, I'm doing this right now. You can, if you use Google Workspace, you can go into Google Workspace, you can open up a Google Doc, and then you can go to Tools, and you can you can click on voice typing, and the voice typing will record everything that she's saying in Word format. And then you'll have a whole bunch of notes. You won't even have to type nothing.
The power of technology.
Yeah.
The power. You have to use these tools so that you can not only learn for your business, but also run your business the best way you can effectively. So that's a good resource to you. So the first one is SEO is going to increase your online visibility. So it helps businesses improve their online presence when their website ranks higher in the search engine results, which stands for SERP. So what does that mean, right? In simpler terms, when you go to Google, what do? You always ask Google, where do I find the closest Rite Aid, or what's the trending shoe that everybody's wearing? You want to make sure that you put those types of keywords in the background of your website. So how do you do that? When you're setting up your website, when you're inputting pictures, there's always a spot that says ATL or control ATL, that is where you want to put those keywords. Some websites will allow you to put 5 keywords, 10 keywords. It just depends on what platform you have. So remember, every platform is a little bit different, but in general, these are all going to work the same way.
I just learned something new.
What?
What you just said.
Oh, yeah.
About making sure that you got the right keywords in the background of your pictures.
Yep.
That's a new one for me.
Another reason why it also helps for individuals who may not be able to see everything clearly on your website. Maybe they have a disability. Maybe they're just not able to see the content that well. And they may use devices that read the website back to them. Well, if they click on a picture, that can then describe what that picture is. So if you have a picture of, I'll use Sean. There's a picture of someone with a t-shirt and jeans on, and he would describe to a T what that image is showing, so that that person who may not be able to see can still connect with him and still be a potential customer.
That must probably be the reason why I keep getting all these emails from these people who specialize in SEO, always saying like your website hasn't been optimized. I didn't got like 10 in the past.
Yes. Month. And you know what you could do is when you get those emails, and I've done this, I said, you know what? Thank you so much. What would be your suggestions?
Yeah.
And they'll tell you like a couple. And I would take every time someone says something, different, take those and then just use those. Yeah. A lot of marketers will come out because what they do is they Google and then they check your ranking. And if they see that your ranking is not high, then they will ghost email you or ghost message you.
Yeah.
So the second was cost-effective marketing. So SEO marketing is really cost-effective because it's not you paying for ads. It's not you paying for an influencer. It's you already paid for your website, so now you need to utilize all the tools that's within your website. So that's email marketing. Again, putting all of those keywords in your pictures. Another piece is always making sure that your social links are active. Sometimes I go to people's website and it's not that you're not putting the link in there. Sometimes technology just fails. Let's be honest, right? So you should every month click every link on your website to make sure it's going to where you want it to go. But you also want to be careful because and I did this myself. I was having so many different links in my website that it was drawing people away from the website. And obviously, you want people to stay on the website. So just be mindful of that. Like having social media links like Instagram, Facebook is fine, but you don't want to add like your link tree to it because your website essentially is the full link tree. Because I've seen a couple people do that. I'm like, no, link tree is separate. That is more if, let's say you do just so many different businesses or you have your hand in a lot of different things, that might be a better option for you to showcase everything.
Are you done? No,
yeah.
I know I've heard Facebook, they want you to stay, or any social media site want you to stay on their website. So I'm going to use Facebook in particular. Like links are normally not successful unless you pay for the ad time. So, or
you could put the link in the comments.
Yeah, you can definitely put the link in the comments. But if you put the link in your caption, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to rank as high on your timeline because Facebook, they want you to stay on the website. They want people to stay on their website, so they're not going to rank that content as high as it would be if it was just a regular post.
That's correct. Yeah. That's why you notice people are starting to get away from their call to action is no longer put my website in the caption. Their call to action typically is if you want to learn more, like this, or if you want to do this, like this, or share this. That's a good point too.
Yeah.
So compared to paid advertising, SEO can be a cost-effective marketing strategy in the long run. So once your website ranks well, you don't have to pay for clicks and impressions. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, and that could be a whole nother workshop that we can do, but there is something called clicks and there's something called impressions, right? I'm not going to go too in detail because like I said, that's going to be another workshop, but if people are clicking your website, which shout out to Courtney, I saw that you had some really good impressions and stuff, which Courtney's the owner of Courtney's Juicy Juice, so shout out to that. But as I was saying, if people are clicking 9 times out of 10, they're going to become some type of customer. Maybe they may not purchase from you right away, but they're going to next maybe sign up for that email list. And you being consistent in marketing, eventually they'll say, you know what, I feel like I trust this company. They have everything that I need, and so now I'm ready to make the next step and become a paid customer. You have any questions on that one?
No.
Okay.
I agree.
Yep.
What is it? Awareness, consideration.
Yep.
And then purchase.
Yep. So let's do some kind of Q&A in between, just get some interactive. And if you guys are watching, go ahead and comment in the comments below so we can see what kind of help do you need with your website. Is your website set up? Drop your websites in the comments so we can check them out. There's so many tools that you can use, and I'll list them in the comments after our workshop, that you can check your ranking and see if it's even where it should be. But one question I had is, when you're on your website in the back end, what is your routine that you do when you go to your website, other than like uploading products and stuff? What are some routines in terms of your analytics?
I normally check to see where people are coming from the most.
Ding, ding, ding.
So like, I'm looking to see if they're coming from Facebook,
Yep.
Instagram, or just Google as a whole, or just typing in the website on their own. So those are my top 4.
Perfect. That goes into targeted traffic.
Yeah.
That was like perfect. And we did not plan this. So targeted traffic is when your SEO allows you to target specific keywords, demographics, and you know where your traffic is coming from. And that is super important.
Yeah.
Why? You don't want to be marketing yourself on Facebook if everyone's coming from Instagram. It's going to be a waste of time for you, and you're not hitting your goals because you're not reaching your audience because your audience isn't on the right platform.
Yeah.
So what's a good example? If you're in the food industry, a good platform, in my opinion, would be Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
Why? Because those are video-pleasing apps, and people want to see how you're cooking the food. They want to see who's eating your food, and they want to see all the behind the scenes. If you're a photographer, same thing. They want to see how are you shooting these shoots. What are the behind the scenes? What do the models look like? How are they getting ready, etc. Now, if you're a social media agency, I know you're thinking, well, obviously you would be on video based, but no, Facebook is actually a platform that service-based businesses should really be on, because that is kind of the tone rather than product-based businesses on Facebook.
Yeah. What would you recommend for clothing brand?
Clothing brand. So I always say Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Here's why. TikTok, again, it's the behind the scenes and kind of doing that day in the life. A lot of people like to see
Real content.
Like, what are you doing? What inspired you to start this brand? How do you make your clothes, or how do you package your clothes? Things like that. Instagram, I use that as like your lookbook, right? So it needs to be aesthetically pleasing to your brand. So you need to be able to show like people in your product. You need to be able to show you and your product if you're comfortable with that, which I always recommend.
Yeah.
Given that trust factor.
I'm like the top model for the account. Don't back down. Like, I'm working on a fall. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
A fall catalog, and this time it's not gonna be as much me, because I'm always in the pictures, always in the photos.
And that's funny you say that, because I feel the same way with my Breezy Love Shop. It's like, okay, I no longer want to be the face. I want the community to be the face, because that's who I serve, right? What did I just say? Facebook business. So even though it's a product, what's nice about Facebook business page is because you can link what you call a Facebook group. And inside a Facebook group, people that join those groups already know, like, I know that this person is going to be selling something. I'm already interested. Now I just have full access to all of their items that I want to buy. So that's why I like Facebook. And then Instagram, what I like about is the story feature. So obviously you don't want to post on your feed like every other hour, because that can be a bit much. But you can use the story feature consistently, and that just can keep going and going. And then those stories can then turn into reels, and then those reels can turn into recycled content. So it's kind of nice. If you have any questions, remember, use the comments. If you have questions that you want to ask on one-on-one, you can message Sean or me, and we'll make sure to get those questions answered.
Make sure you guys leave some comments. Comment some questions. Don't forget to drop your website in the comments. And don't forget to share. Hit that share button for us. We want to help as many people as possible.
So when you're on your website in the back end, other than looking at where your traffic is coming from, what is kind of your routine with inventory management?
I normally go through my inventory at home.
Okay.
And then I enter the inventory into the website.
Yep.
So anytime somebody purchases an item, it automatically gets taken off the inventory.
Perfect. And the reason why I bring that up is nothing's worse than having a website where your inventory doesn't match what you really have, because then you're not going to be able to really track your profits and your loss and understand your margins. You can utilize, like, what platform do you use?
I use Wix.
You can use Shopify. You can use Squarespace. You can use Squarespace and Square, two different things. They're not the same.
Wow.
I used to think they were the same. They're not. Squarespace is more for a formal website. Square is more for payment on the go at like pop-up shops. That's usually what most people use the Square for. But I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
Back end. We're talking about
the back end. Yeah. So when it comes to your inventory, another piece that you want to make sure is your descriptions have to have really good keywords.
Gotcha.
Again, when people are searching, if you have what people are searching in your description, it is going to rank your stuff higher, and they're going to be able to find your stuff. Because what's the first thing that happens when you type in, whatever? It's going to show you, okay, this business first, an ad, and then a couple more businesses, and then it's going to be like related searches. You want to be up there where it's like, my business is one of the top places that they're recommending. And how do you get that? Really good descriptions, really good hashtags within your descriptions. And then also another piece is giving your products categories. That's really huge too. So instead of just mass uploading, make sure you do categories. So for example, Sean has clothes, so category pants, category shirts, sweatshirts, etc. It really makes a difference. Is it a lot of work in the beginning? Yes. But it's going to be worth it because it's going to keep you organized. It's going to let your customers know that you're organized. And again, it's building that credibility and that trust factor. All right. So, excuse me. Sorry. Next one is I wanted to talk a little bit about like competitive advantage. So many of your competitors are likely investing in SEO, right? By optimizing your website, you can stay competitive within your industry and potentially outrank competitors, which means that their audience can become your audience. Now, I'm not a person who's like, let's all compete. I'm all about like collaboration and all of that. But it's still good to know who's in the same industry with you. Don't copy their content. Don't do what they're doing. Be authentically you, but still understand, because maybe the trends that you thought were happening in your industry may be done with. So having someone else that's in the same industry could also help you stay in tune with what's going on in your industry. So that's really important too.
Okay, I'm sharing this on another page. I'm sorry for the loudness in the background, y'all.
Another one would be it's better user experience. So SEO involves optimizing your website structure, content, which leads a better user experience. This can reduce bounce rates, increase time that your visitors are spent on your website. Remember, the more time someone's on your website, more than likely they're going to purchase, subscribe, or whatever your goal is for your website. What's an example of good user experience? In addition to making sure you have keywords, it's also important that your spelling is good. It's important to have. Hey, I mean, I'll let you in on a secret. I let someone do my website, and they were it was outsourced, so they were from a totally different country, and me not proofreading, I finally weeks later realized it was all broken English on my website. Does that work for me? No, because that's not how I speak. So things like that are really important, because then people were like, oh, like I don't even know what she's saying,
Right.
or does she realize that her website is not making too much sense, or
Right.
things like that. So again, it's really important. And when that happened to me, I did lose ranking because people are like, ooh, like I'm gonna get out of this website because is this a scam?
Right.
Those are the thoughts that go through people's minds, even though it's not a
If I
scam.
start seeing words that don't make sense, I'm like, yeah,
I'm off.
It's a scam.
And it's really important. Or understanding your brand voice. If your product page has one brand voice, but then your About Me has another brand voice, it has to all flow.
Yeah.
Your website should also be an extension of you in a way, and symbolize your personality. Again, your overall goal is to create a safe space in whatever you're doing so people feel comfortable to purchase from your website. I touched a little bit about like reducing the bounce rate. This also happens in email marketing. If you're not setting up your funnels correctly, you may not be capturing the right email addresses. If you're not asking the right questions, you might not be capturing the right information in order to capture leads on your website. Which then brings me to the next thing. Do you currently have anything on your website that allows you to get leads?
Yes, I
Okay.
have a pop-up that is just like a form that people can submit, put their email address in.
Perfect. That's really important because maybe they don't want to buy from you today, maybe they don't want to buy from you tomorrow, but as long as they're able to input their information, that's a lead for you. So then that's either up to you to have email marketing auto on, meaning like if someone signs up to your website, subscribes, they get the welcome email right away. Mm-hmm. It lets them know that you took the time to set up a welcome email. Maybe someone has purchased on your website and it's been maybe a month or two. You're going to get that auto email that says, hey, we've missed you. Here's what we have at our store. So all of those things are very important to set up in reducing the bounce rate. Next is mobile. Is your website mobile friendly?
I really try to make sure mine is, because I know how I am when I'm on the phone trying to buy something. So I just most recently added Apple Pay to my website this year. So
you have to.
You ain't gotta add all that credit card information. Just we take Apple Pay.
And that's a good thing because there are some people who just don't feel comfortable inputting all that information, and they have every right to feel that way. I totally understand. So having things like PayPal, Apple Pay, where it's less information but it's still secure. So that's really important. Let's talk about payment processors. Cash App cannot be your only way that you take money.
Yeah.
It just can't be. It can't because not every single person likes Cash App or uses Cash App or has access to Cash App. You have to be able to take cash, Cash App, Venmo, Apple Pay, Google Pay, all of the things. And 9 times out of 10, the website's going to offer it. You just have to enroll in whatever product that they have.
Yeah.
Please, don't just have Cash App because you're missing out on sales. And Cash App does record for your taxes now. So for those who may utilize it and think that you're not being recorded, you are.
Yeah.
You are. Pretty much any payment process. I think it's if you make over $500 or $600.
If you make over more than $600, you're being recorded.
Yeah, and let's be real. You need to just record it. You need to record it because you need to know what's going on in your business so that you know, is this something that I should keep doing?
Yeah.
Or is this something that I should just go on to the next thing or just go back to my 9 to 5, whatever. Yeah. So it's really important to have those payment processing systems set up. So in addition to your website, you should think about getting a card reader that you can take on the go. Here's a good example. If I saw Sean on the street and I said, man, I just saw a video of you on your Instagram and I really like that sweatshirt. Do you have one on you by any chance? Actually, yeah, I have one in my car. Well, I only have my card. Are you going to be like, oh, well, I don't take card because I don't have a device to do anything. Cash App me. Well, I don't do Cash App. You just lost that sale.
Yeah.
So make sure you find card readers. So here's how you can find a card reader. PayPal has card readers. Square has card readers. Shopify. I mean, just about every.
And Wix. I'm just plugging Wix. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Wix. They have a POS, point of sale, and you can it's all included in their website and on their app. So when you're on their app and you use their point of sale system, they have a manual entry where you can enter card numbers and take payments that way. Or if a person has a tap where they have to tap to pay, they can just tap their card on your phone and you can accept the payment that way. I do it all the time.
I think like maybe we can do a workshop. If you guys are interested, let us know in the comments if you want to learn more on the different payment processors and how to set it up. Because some of them do have it where if you aren't necessarily have your business bank account set up, they have it where you can get a business bank account with their processing systems too, which is kind of a new thing that a lot of places are starting to offer. So let us know in the comments if you need help setting up your payment processing systems, where to go and how to do that. Let us know in the comments. Let's see. All right, next is insightful analytics. So I'm going to put Sean back on the spot. What does analytics mean and why is it important for business?
I think, well, analytics show like how your business is doing,
Yep.
you know, where the traffic is coming from, you know, how many people, they'll have it like you can see how many people visited your website that day, you know, that week, that month, the past 90 days, the past 6 months. And I think it's needed. What was the second part of the question?
And why is it important for business?
I feel like it's important for your business because, dang, that truck was loud.
That was so loud. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I feel like it's important for your business because it shows where your traffic is coming from. And then with that traffic, it allows you to retarget those same people.
Yep.
So I know it's probably a little bit more, but that's what I think in it.
I mean, that's the gist of it.
Yeah.
Is how do you read your analytics? And that's another topic in itself, but understanding where they're coming from, meaning which social media platform are they coming from? You can know what state they're coming from. Depending on, again, what platform you have and what plan you pay for, because there is a difference. I have it where I like to look at it all the way down to men versus women, ages, very specific cities, because then it lets me know that if there's opportunities for pop-up shops in that area, I'm going to sign up for it knowing that my audience is there. Now, are there times where your analytics can be a little off? Yes. Why could it be off? Whenever you're trying to look at your website, one key thing that you should do is always turn your website browser to incognito. And the reason why you want to do that is you don't want your searches to come up as searches in the background, because it's really not a true search. It's just you looking at your own website. So whenever you're looking at your own website from the Google page, flip your browser to incognito. It's just like I think the shape is like a little hat or something. And that just means it's not tracking you. It's really important you do that, because I used to always just search it that way, and I'm like, ooh, man, it was like 10 people on my website today. It was me. I was the 10 people. So it wasn't accurate. So just one little hack there, just to when you're searching your website to see how things look and, you know, searching your website, make sure you do it incognito. Another thing with analytics that's really nice is it's also going to let you know like people's buying patterns. So Sally may always buy every third Friday, so then that lets you know, like, do I need to have what she typically likes stocked? You want to also cater to the people that are always showing up for your business. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying put all your energy into one person, but I'm saying be mindful that this person is a recurring shopper or buyer, or they get services, whatever the case may be. I want to make sure that they know that I see them, I appreciate them. So if you know, in my case, if such and such gets a headband, it's the same one, but whatever. I'm going to make sure it's stocked and it's available. Or I'm going to make it so that they know that there's other styles that they can add onto their cart, things like that. And then another piece for analytics, which is really nice, is the reporting side. Your profits, your loss, and your margins. Those are super important if you are someone in a product-based business.
Yeah.
And then for a service-based business, just understanding, am I pricing my packages at the right amount for the time that I'm taking to complete whatever service that I'm completing. What am I forgetting?
I had to learn that over the summer with my bounce houses.
Yep.
Like I was charging this amount, but I wasn't really like thinking about it. Like, oh man, I gotta it take gas to
Yep.
get there.
To pump it.
Yeah, the car might break down, the van, staff, all of those things.
Yep. You
So
really have to map those things out.
Yeah.
And don't ever feel like your price is your price, right? A lot of times, and I'm guilty of this, especially when I first started, I was like, I want my stuff to be affordable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it to be expensive like everybody else.
Yeah.
And I still want that.
Yeah.
But the cost of living has gone up and the products to make it, etc. So as long as you're being authentic with your brand, and if you do have to increase your prices, your fans, your followers, or whatever word you choose to call individuals that are linked with you, will follow. And if there's an increase, they either will rock with you or they won't. And just know that there's going to be shifts of customers. There's going to be people that rock with you and then they don't rock with you. They rock with you and then they don't rock with you.
And to that point of shift of customers, like ever since I shifted,
Yeah.
my customer base has changed.
Yep.
And I'm fine with that because the price that I charge, is worth my time.
Yeah.
To go out and take a bounce house somewhere and have to set it up and break it down myself and all these other things. So the money that I charge now is well worth it.
There you go. See it, and sometimes you have to take a step back, reassess, and be like, okay, this and this did not make sense. I did it. Now I know better, and now I'm going to move forward.
Yeah.
But one thing I want to say is when you're increasing your prices, always let your customers know. It shouldn't be like a secret. It shouldn't be like a weird thing. I think we're all adults and money is money, and we, as business owners, we understand that you work hard for your money and everything. So that's why it's important for business owners to be really authentically genuine with your prices. Now, don't be selling a pen that's really like $2 for like $1 million. Just saying for the sake of the workshop, but just be authentic with it, and it will just come and flow off like genuinely. So the next one is long-term strategy. So unlike some short-term marketing tactics, the benefit of SEO can be long-lasting. So once your website ranks, it's there. And now all you have to do is be consistent with what you're already doing. Where social media, you're always having to shift. You have to go with the trends. Your website is you. It's yours. You own it. That's it. Where social media, we don't own it. So if Facebook shuts down, we don't have any of that content, any of that.
All those pictures.
Yep. Your website is yours. Your emails are yours. Everything through your website. So just remember, at the end of the day, your biggest strategy should also be something linked to your website.
Man, because I have a video playing on my home page, right?
Yeah.
I wonder, could I make my home page like my Instagram?
Yeah.
Or my TikTok, to where like every time I post, it's like when I post it on Instagram,
It goes on your website? Yeah.
and
You can put your TikTok block on there.
But I want it to be on the website. So like you was just saying, like if Facebook, Instagram, TikTok shut down, that content is still on there.
What you could do, and it is a little bit of work, is every time you make a TikTok, just upload it.
Yeah.
Now, are you still on YouTube?
Yeah.
You could just put that as shorts too. You know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't
So
been
here
doing
I
that. I haven't.
But a lot of times now you can just pull the link, which is nice. But if those platforms shut down, always like whenever I make like a reel or anything, I just save the video. Even if the sound isn't there, at least I have the video. Then I can just put a different sound, and then I just use that and save it to like Google Drive. But there's also, I can't think of the name of it. It's a video. It's a TikTok thing. I'll look it up. Let me write it down.
But yeah, that would be great. Make my website like a social media site, but for the brand. So like anytime I post, because that's what I did. Like I put a vlog on my homepage, and then I got a podcast section where people can go look at the podcast. But it'd be nice like if I could just go on Yaktown, Don't Back Down, and just post like I would be posting. That's gonna be something to look into. Because when people visit the website, they can see the content there.
And then it's like for those who don't necessarily like, understand like what population is on your. Understand what population is buying from you. For example, baby boomers are not going to go over to TikTok and Instagram. They're going to just go to the website. Where Gen Zs are going to go to TikTok and stuff. But just be mindful of the people that are purchasing from you. Understand like their age range. Understand how they interact with social media and your website, etc. That would be very important for you to know, because if you have more people that interact on your social media, not your website, that just means you need to give them some education on why it's better for them to interact with your website too. Last but not least is global reach. You can reach so many people with your website, it's unreal, as long as you have those keywords. Another piece that you could do that a lot of website platforms are starting to do is you can now input wherever somebody is, it will switch to that language that they speak.
Nice.
So go in your settings. 9 times out of 10 that there's a feature there. If you go into, I believe it's under language, you can toggle it on, and it will, if someone is in China and they seen your reel or something, and they want to go to your website, it will switch all the way over into their native language, which again, you're showing that you are diverse and offering services to everybody, not just specifically someone who speaks the same way you do, which again, a little bit goes a long ways with that.
Perfect. I didn't know that they had that option to where you could switch it to where, and if I'm in China and they look it up in China, I wonder what that would look like. Or any other language, like what would Yaktown Don't Back Down look like in Chinese? Or
when people travel, and sometimes when you go overseas and they can't get their stuff to work, your website will always work wherever they're at overseas. So I just turned that feature on, so I was late to the game, but it's there now. But so yeah, overall, having a really strong website is really going to help you reach the goals that you want to reach, for whether you're a product-based business or a service-based business. Whether you're just pop-up shop, homemade, whatever it is, your website is literally your bread and butter for your business. So again, today's workshop was all about SEOs, which stands for Search Engine Optimization. And this is something that we both put together so that you guys can grow your business online, because that's where we're at. We're in an age where digital marketing and website understanding is really, really big. So if you guys have questions, put it in the comments. We will answer all the questions in a timely manner. And also let us know what other topics you guys want to talk about. This will allow us to build content for you.
Specifically for you guys.
Yeah, so let us know. I did see that someone asked when is our next workshop.
Word?
Yeah, I did see that.
Sweet.
Actually, that's a good question. What works for you guys? What times and days work for you guys? Let us know in the comments. And then maybe in the next couple of days, we'll shoot out some dates and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Because we want this to work for everybody, not just for like our schedule. Well, it does have to work with our schedules, but you guys are the ones that are in mind when we're doing these workshops. Anything else?
You good?
Yeah.
All right. So that has been Search Engine Optimization class. Thank you to everybody that tuned in today. Make sure you follow Eloquent Digital Marketing. Make sure you follow Breona. Make sure you follow me. Share this video. Follow Yaktown Don't Back Down. Until next time, we out of here. See y'all on the next one.
Bye.